It is a proud privilege to invite the chief guest of today's program, the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Pandrit K. Sangma, to address the gathering live, albeit virtually.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, our Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Leader of Opposition, all the MLAs who are present out there, the Chief Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya, our Chief Executive members of the District Councils, individuals and family members of those who had contributed to the statehood, all friends who have joined us from different parts of the state online, and all my dear friends who have come together to participate and be part of this Golden Jubilee celebration. I first of all would like to take this opportunity to wish each and every citizen of Meghalaya a very happy Meghalaya Day, especially on this Golden Jubilee celebration of our state. As we celebrate the Golden Jubilee of our beautiful state, we do look back at our history. We also work together for our future. Before I continue, I would like to apologize as I could not be present out there physically because this morning I started developing cold symptoms, and till my test results were out, I felt it appropriate not to be part of large gatherings in general interest of the people. And while this happens, it's another reminder to each one of us to always maintain protocols, get ourselves vaccinated, and ensure that we are always safe. Friends, on this very, very momentous and important occasion, we look back at the last 50 years. We remember the contributions that have been made by the great leaders who contributed to our statehood. We remember all the individuals who have contributed. We remember the different political parties that contributed. We remember the different organizations. We remember the different families, the traditional institutions, the community, the unsung heroes who spent many days in prison so that we could enjoy the fruits of having our own state of Meghalaya. I also would like to take this opportunity to wish the state of Manipur and the state of Tripura on their statehood day also. On this occasion, we must pay tribute and must remember the hard work that has been put in by the past leaders, the past governments, the past chief ministers, the past officials who have all contributed to where we are today. Every citizen of the state, every farmer of the state, every entrepreneur, every sports person, every leader, every musician has contributed to making what our state is today. I would like to thank Professor David Simlay and his team for putting together the wonderful coffee table book on Meghalaya at 50. It is a great compilation of the history of the state in one coffee table book and has covered all the aspects of the state of Meghalaya. And while we remember the contribution of all our citizens to the state, I would also like to remember a dear friend, late Neil Lonkadri, who we recently lost, who had brought laurels to our state and had made huge contribution to the music industry and the music society of our state. While we celebrate our statehood, we should also remember late Indira Gandhi, who was the then Prime Minister, late Governor Shri Nehruji, late Captain Williamson Sarma, the first Chief Minister of our state, who had been there on the occasion of the inauguration of the statehood. While we do that, we should also celebrate the great diversity of our nation, and it reflects the greatness of our nation, where so many diverse tribes, so many diverse cultures are there, and yet we are part of this great country called India. The last 50 years have been very, very challenging for us. At the same time, a lot of work has gone in to bring the state to where it is. Many governments, many individuals, many public leaders have contributed in terms of the development of our state. We have seen great contributions being made in the road and infrastructure, where we had 150 kilometers of national highway when we started off as a state. And today we are over 1,000 kilometers of national highway. We have seen great contribution and work in terms of giving functional household taps to different households, where we were at 4,500 households. And today we are almost crossing 2 lakh households. We have seen great strides in rural connectivity, in PMGSY. We have seen also great strides in our work in the MGNREGS work that's happening. Farmers have contributed immensely to our state. Youths have contributed immensely to our state. And while we look back, we see that many, many projects have been initiated, but they could not see the light of day for multiple reasons, like the Crowborough Hotel, which has been there for almost 3 decades. But I'm happy to tell you that in this 50th year of our statehood, we will be completing the Crowborough Hotel. We have also initiated the work to our state assembly, and I'm happy to inform you that within a few months, we will be completing the state assembly building also. In a few days from now, I will also be inaugurating IT park, over 1,500 jobs to our youth in the state. This will be only a beginning, and I assure you that we will expand the IT park in the future also to ensure that we are able to cover more areas and provide more job opportunities to our youth. A very important step that was taken today was the laying of the foundation stone for the new administrative city. This has been a long pending requirement for Shillong city, for the sake of this decongestion of Shillong city, and also to see that we are able to have a planned administrative city in the future. This project has been initiated. Over 800 acres of land has already been procured. And within a few months, we will be starting some of the work in these areas. And I'm hopeful that in the next decade, we will be able to create the required infrastructure so that we can shift to the new administrative secretariat soon. Another very important point we must all remember in this day is the long pending border issue that has been there in front of our state with Assam. And I must thank all the past governments for all the hard work that they have done. The past chief ministers, the past ministers, the past government officials who have really worked hard to bring the issue to this level. And it is in this government, in the last 6 months, we have tried to take that discussion to its logical conclusion. In the last few months, different committees were formed to visit the different locations visit each and every 36 village in the first 6 areas of differences. And after the visit has been made, the reports have been submitted to the respective state governments, and the state governments have further submitted the report to MHA. I am hopeful that in the next few weeks and months, we should be able to come to a concrete solution and a concrete decision on the first 6 areas of differences. And I strongly feel that this is something that has been pending for a long time. And I once again would like to thank all the past governments as well as our current government, our current officials and our ministers who have worked very hard so that we're able to find a solution to this long pending issue. In this coming year celebration of the 50 years of our statehood, we are also very excited because 300 projects will be inaugurated. That is an average 1 project a day. At the same time, we have many other issues that are there in front of us. And as a state government, I can assure you that we are keeping those challenges right in front of us and trying to address it. As we move forward, issues relating to the environment, climate change are going to be very big challenges for us. Challenges related to the youth in terms of employment will be a huge challenge for us. Doubling the farmers' income to ensure that our farmers get their fair share is going to be a big challenge for us. At the same time, we need to also ensure that our entrepreneurs and our youth get the kind of support that they deserve. So hence, the next decade, as well as the next 50 years, is going to be full of these challenges. And let me assure you that the foundations to meet those challenges have been laid in the past 50 years. We need to also realize that our strength is in our culture. Our strength is in our community. Our strength is in our youth. Our strength lies in our natural resources. And therefore, as a government, we must ensure that we rely on our strengths, work on our strengths, meet the challenges that we have, and take our state forward in the next decade. As a government, I have already announced and laid a vision that in the next 10 years, Meghalaya should be in the top 10 states. Therefore, in order to meet that particular vision, in order to be able to fulfill that goal, we must all work together. Whether political parties, whether different individuals, different organizations, no matter what differences there are, no matter what challenges we face, it is only by working together in the interest of our people and in the interest of the state will we be able to achieve this goal and take our state and its people to new heights. So my friends, with these few words, once again, I wish you all a very happy Meghalaya Day on this Golden Jubilee celebration. And once again, apologize that I could not be physically present, but due to the technology that we have, I'm at least able to address all of you and give my message of this Golden Jubilee to each and every one of you. So once again, I thank all of you for attending this program. I once again look back and remember and pay homage to all the leaders who have contributed to our state and dedicate this next decade and the next 50 years to the youth of our state. Kublai Shibun, Matela, and Jai Hind.